Well, hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning in northeast Nebraska, where one man is in custody after a standoff at a home. The Madison County Sheriff's Office says authorities were dispatched just before 1 p.m. Thursday to a home on East 2nd Street in Madison for a report of a man holding a knife to another man's throat. Authorities say when they arrived, they found Latitus Manyweather, who'd barricaded himself in the home and threatened law enforcement. After 2.5 hours, Manyweather exited the home and was taken into custody. Authorities tell us no one was injured. Manyweather faces a number of charges: terroristic threats, false imprisonment, and obstruction of an officer among them. He's been housed in the Madison County Jail. Turning to the capital city, questions continue to circle the unicameral's property tax plan as it inches toward floor debate. The Nebraska Legislature's Revenue Committee was set to meet on Thursday and vote the amended form of the plan, LB 9, onto the floor, but there have been a few wrinkles raised in the language of the bill. That means it's been sent back to the bill's drafters. State Senator Jana Hughes originally introduced the bill as a more gradual alternative to the governor's proposal for the state to take over all K-12 education operating costs. It's created more questions. State Senator Lou Ann Linehan, chair of the Revenue Committee, tried to answer those questions and concerns in a briefing yesterday, but some senators say they're still in the dark on how this plan would work.
I think I left with as many questions as I had when I walked in. I've talked to my friends on the left, I've talked to my friends on the right, I've talked to my friends in the center, and every single group of people I've talked to have problems with this plan.
The bill was originally set to be sent to the floor for debate on Friday, but now the legislature's not even meeting on Friday. They decided to adjourn for the week on Thursday. They'll be back to work on Monday afternoon. A new $2.2 billion health care facility in Omaha moving forward. The University of Nebraska Board of Regents voted Thursday to launch the plan into the design phase. It's called Project Health. It's a facility with UNMC and Nebraska Madisen. They're planning to build a brand new learning center and become the primary in-state hospital for Nebraska Madisen.
Project Health will provide the appropriate amount of room, support, and ancillary space to continue the mission of educating and training Nebraskan future healthcare professionals.
They're looking to build Project Health on an empty 7.5-acre lot at Saddle Creek in Farnham in Omaha. It's the largest project in program history. Grand Island getting ready for a special election that could determine the future of a $500 million development. The city's holding a mail-in election regarding the Good Life District economic program. A section of the city's north side, including the under-construction mall and a underdeveloped area, has been classified a Good Life District by the state. That means state sales tax for sales made in that area will be cut in half starting in October. Now, the city wants to replace that state half with an equal amount city tax to help pay for infrastructure costs in a proposed multi-purpose development. Well, the issue's out to voters. Ballots are due by the end of the day Tuesday. Our Ana Ruth Lugo Mejia went around Grand Island to ask residents what they think.
Have you heard about the Good Life District economic program?
Yes, I have.
Are you going to vote? And what do you think about it?
I guess I need to find out a little bit more about it. I have some concerns as to whether, the property owners may be, having to pick up some of the slack on it. So that's my concerns. In fact, they're real high right now for property taxes.
And will you be voting?
Yeah, I'll probably vote yes.
So have you heard about the Good Life District economic program?
No.
No?
Yeah,
And are you planning to vote? What do you think about it?
we voted for it, yes.
Yes. And what do you think about it? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes, good deal.
Have you heard about the Good Life District economic program?
Nope.
No. Have you heard about the Good Life District economic program?
I have.
And what do you think? Are you planning on voting?
Well, I think it's a hidden tax. We're going to get you sooner or later. So I'm going to vote.
District economic program?
Yep, I'm against it.
Why?
I'm not for it at all. It's going to end up raising my property taxes even more, even though they say it won't.
Some of the people we talked to were concerned that the program would raise property taxes despite the fact that it only deals with sales tax. Grow Grand Island has hosted open houses for community to ask their questions and voice their concerns. Based on the mixed response we got from people we talked to, organizers still have some outreach work to do before ballots are due on Tuesday. In Grand Island, Ana Rutlugo Mejia, New Channel, Nebraska.
The state of Nebraska is among 15 states that have sued the Biden administration over a rule expected to allow 100,000 immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally as children to enroll next year in the Federal Affordable Care Act health insurance. The states filed the federal lawsuit yesterday in North Dakota. They're seeking to block the rule from taking effect November 1st and providing people known as Dreamers access to tax breaks when they sign up for coverage. The lawsuit argues that the rule violates a 1996 welfare reform law and the ACA. They also say it would encourage more immigrants to come to the U.S. illegally, burdening the states and their public school systems. Despite being part of the lawsuit, Nebraska is among at least 25 states that already allow these so-called Dreamers to pay lower college tuition rates reserved for their residents. Nebraska Public Power District is looking for somewhere to put a small nuclear reactor with 16 communities, part of a study. It's called a small modular reactor. NPPD says it's a newer type of nuclear reactor that can vary in size. The utility says they're in phase 1 of a study looking at 16 different sites. You see the communities on your screen. Phase 2 of the study will narrow those choices down to 4. More details on the SMR are expected to be revealed in a briefing Friday afternoon. Meanwhile, central Nebraska has been chosen as the site for the first sustainable aviation fuel plant in the Midwest. DG Fuels announced plans Thursday to construct a facility in Phelps County. Company officials say the plant's designed to produce low CO2 emission fuel for planes. The company says they'll be using ag byproducts in the process. The plant expected to be open by 2030, offering an estimated 650 jobs. Construction has started this week on a bridge critical to the traveling public in an area north of Beatrice. The bridge is along Pickerel Road, just east of Pickerel. It's been closed since early this year after a routine inspection showed problems with the deck of the structure, making it unsafe for travel. Officials say they're hoping the construction will be done by about mid-October. The contract calls for a 60-day work period. They'll replace the bridge with triple concrete box culverts at a cost of some $774,000. Pickerel Road's barricaded east of the bridge and west of the intersection with Southwest 2nd Road. Well, fair season continuing. Did you know the oldest sheep breed known to Great Britain is actually a pillar for a farm in southeast Nebraska that brings champion lambs to Cass County every year? Dan Swanson has their story.
14-year-old Jillian Muntz credits a summer of showing and the South Down flock on her family's farm near Louisville for championship runs in the 4-H breeding and market lamb shows at the Cass County Fair. The South Down breed is known for its farm flock production because of good lambing ability and milk production.
So it's just like a breed of sheep that they're all white, and they seem, what we've seen is they're really gentle.
Muntz showed the Supreme Market Lamb with a purchased crossbred and the Reserve Champion Breeding Lamb, which is a crossbred born on her farm. Judge Colby Collins of Central City said Muntz's 137-pound market lamb had the best side profile and was showy as he traveled. Muntz was also the intermediate showmanship champion. Her sister Emily was the top senior showman. Penelope Flanagan, who also shows South Down sheep, was the top junior showman.
We went to a lot of jackpot shows this summer, and we got our lambs out and let them show and just kept feeding them and just went through the year.
Jackpot shows are livestock progress shows open to all youth in different age brackets where an entry fee is charged and cash prizes awarded. Muntz said it means a lot to win at the Cass County Fair and offered some advice for showing sheep.
Probably just, you have to stay calm with them because they can sense your feelings.
A lightweight lamb shown by Emmett Jones was the Reserve Supreme Lamb. Leighton Brockmiller's Crossbred ewe was named the champion in the breeding show. From Weeping Water, I'm Dan Swanson, News Channel Nebraska.
And two youngsters in Columbus are looking to make a difference in their community. They're mowing lawns for those in need. Luke Stera brings us their story.
Randy Schaefer is a man of many titles. A man of faith.
I've got a Bible here that I read on a daily basis.
A grandparent and a proud Marine.
For me, I get up, I do my devotions, I read my Bibles and stuff and all my devotions for a couple hours.
And one of the most important things, he enjoys taking time to tidy up around his house with his next door neighbors.
Between the three of us, we're always mowing the yard and getting it done, and it's kind of like, I kind of enjoy it.
But a social media post from a dad and his two kids piqued his interest.
Tyler wrote a little deal on Facebook about his kids wanted to get into this program, and if they mow 50 yards for free, they get a lawnmower and all this equipment. And I thought, that would be awesome.
And so he reached out to Tyler Carey and his two kids, Daniel and Evelyn. The two were on a mission to mow lawns across Columbus, set out by Rodney Smith Jr., an Alabama man.
He was mowing lawns for families who had dealt with cancer, and my grandpa had passed away from male breast cancer, so he mowed a lawn for my grandma, and that's when we first heard about him.
Kids around the country are mowing 50 yards for people who need it, for the elderly, disabled, and in Schaefer's case, veterans.
Like there's one lawn we mowed. She said she works full time and she has a battery for her lawnmower, so it takes her both days to mow her lawn so she gets no free time. So I think it's really nice helping her out with that.
And when the two helped out Schaefer, it may have been hard work, but he couldn't have been more grateful and had to reward the two.
They didn't screw around. They were here, did a job, and did it well. And then, of course, they got treated for some popsicles afterwards, so which is a hot day, so they deserved those. They earned them.
When they finished all 50 of the lawns, they wanted to do more, and their mom couldn't have been more proud.
I might have shed a couple tears of being a proud mom to know that my kids are so happy and willing to give back and give to those that need.
The two aren't done. They're going for another 50 lawns, assisting those who need it, and to chase that great feeling they get when the hard work is done.
What makes you want to keep doing this?
I like helping people in need. Like really anything I can do to help them with.
Same as him. I like helping out the community.
In Columbus, I'm Luke Stera, News Channel Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com, click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.